Every builder hits this point eventually. You either stop collecting fun stuff off the side of the road or you find a place to hide it. So I decided to build an addition. That's not really an addition. This little shop of mine has gotten me through hundreds of projects. It's cozy, it's chaotic, and honestly it's one of my favorite places on the entire property. But if I can't keep it organized, it quickly becomes a dysfunctional mess. And if you're anything like me, your hoard pile of just in case just keeps getting bigger all the time. I've tried that minimalist approach in the past just by dumping everything I owned and starting fresh, but that's just not the kind of guy I am. When I have an idea to make something, I just want to grab whatever I have and make it right there in that moment. So when this huge pile of crap I have eventually grew back, I had to figure out a way to organize it. And this is what I came up with. I started by cutting and screwing some boards together for a small roof. Technically the roof wasn't necessary. The main project doesn't even really need it, but I had this aluminum roofing laying around for a while now, more from my hoard pile, and I figured it would protect this project and make it last a little bit longer. I built this entire roof out of pallets just to save money, and then I could hang it up on my workshop like so. This was not easy to do with just me, but I got it done. And as I was building this part of the project, it was Halloween day, so it was time to go pick the kids up from school and bring them trick-or-treating. The next day, recovering from a bit of a candy hangover, I went back out to get back to work on this project. Originally I wanted to build the whole entire thing out of pallets, but I was running behind and I really just wanted to get this project done so I can move on to some other things I have going on. So instead of using pallets, I switched over to tongue and groove boards. I have a whole bunch of tongue and groove boards laying around because I am currently working on renovating our barn and I just happen to have some left over. So I decided this would be the perfect material for this. The idea was really simple. It's just going to be a huge storage rack on the outside wall of my workshop. This is going to be a place where I can store things like hinges, drawer slides, handles, leather working tools, extension cords, basically all the things that I don't need daily access to and take up a lot of space in my shop. I knew this thing was going to be heavy and probably heavier than I even expected. So one of the first challenges was figuring out how to attach it securely to the wall. And like usual, I came into this with zero plan. So I was just moving along with this part of the project and I was just hoping I'd be able to figure out how to hang this on the wall without it ripping off. Instead of building a full set of shelves on both sides, I decided to do shelves on one side and leave a big open space on the other. The plan for the other side is French cleats. I was thinking I could do strips for French cleats and then just make little hooks that I can interchange and move wherever I need to, but we'll get back to that. This honestly felt like I was getting to add a little addition to my shop without having to spend thousands of dollars. If you watch this channel, you know I built a dust collection system last year, and if you happen to notice, it's not in here anymore. It worked great, but it took up way too much space in this small shop, so now that I've built this, I have an idea to make a box for it outside and just run the hose through the wall, but we'll see. All I'm saying is this thing gave me some ideas to open my shop up a little bit more and give me more room. Building the shelves was straightforward, measured everything, built the big box, added a divider down the middle with some glue and nails. Then I went back and screwed everything together, and I added these supports for each one of the shelves. Once this box was all assembled, I added a frame around the front of it, which will help add stability, and also I just thought it looked nicer. I threw some French cleats onto the back and decided that this was going to be how I hung this off the wall outside. Then came the huge challenge, trying to lift this thing up on my own. Eventually I had the idea of putting a sawhorse on one side, lifting it up onto the sawhorse, then I could go over to the other side and lift that side up onto my other sawhorse, and I could push it up against the wall and remove the sawhorses, and it slid down into place. Now this shelf is going to hold a lot, so to add some extra strength and make sure it didn't just fall off the wall, I cut these pieces of wood I had like so, and then I just used my Craig jig to screw some holes so I could attach these to the wall underneath the shelf. They're basically just like a 90-degree bracket that you would hang a shelf on. Nothing fancy here, and most people won't even notice it. It's just a way to make sure that this thing doesn't fall down. Next, it was time to build some doors for this. Cut everything to length, and then I glued and screwed everything together like you can see. I built it all as one piece, and then I could rip it down the middle once it was done. Make sure that your angled piece on the barn doors goes from the bottom where your hinges are up to the top in the middle, or else that angled piece won't be doing anything at all, and eventually the doors will start to sag, and you can trust me on that because I've made that mistake in the past. It's not just decorative, it actually does something. Me and my dad do a lot of trading of materials because we are both real into making things, and he just happened to give me these hinges. I honestly wasn't sure if they were going to be big enough or strong enough to hold these doors up, but they seem to work perfectly. If I have a problem with them down the road, I can always go to the store and just get some big barn door hinges. I just didn't want to spend the money on them. I wanted to put a lock on the front of this so nobody can steal my stuff, but unfortunately in all of my hoarding piles I couldn't find one. So I ran over to Home Depot and I grabbed this latch. It was quick, cheap, and keeps all my stuff secure. Now I hate the color of my workshop, but my original plan was to paint this to match so that it would just blend into the wall. If you're driving by, you don't have to see it. But unfortunately November has been very cold here in upstate New York, so I haven't been able to paint it, and that's going to have to wait until the spring. With the construction all done, it was time to get organized. I moved everything into the new storage, and I used some old recycling bins, cardboard boxes, things like that to put all my stuff in. I made my French cleats for the other side with these sliding hooks, and there we go. Now I can just reorganize my shop. This video isn't just about making a storage rack. It's about figuring out new ways to free up space in your shop. But let's be honest, the more space you have, the more junk you collect. So I'm sure I'm just gonna fill all this back up again. Alright, if you like this video, go check out this one or whatever, and hit that like and subscribe, and oh, go check out my Patreon down below. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye, see you again, and have a good dream.